Hi. Where do I start? In one sentence, this week was more like 7 cycles of hell and not 7 days. I am moving out of this apartment, so it's all cleaning, packing, so I'm speechless. It's very hard, it takes a lot of time and I'm still running out of time. So that's the first thing. Then I managed to be sick twice this week. So when I was filming the last video last Friday, I only started being sick. Then I was sick till Sunday. Yes, till Sunday. Then 3 days I had for work, like writing, violin, cleaning and cleaning again. And on Thursday, so yesterday, I'm sick again. So if on Friday last week I was just tired, yesterday I thought I was going to die. I thought that I won't be able to film this video. I'm still sick, I still don't feel so good. And well, yes, you can see. Well, pale skin is a sign of aristocracy. Okay, jokes aside, actually very hard week, and I still managed to do a lot actually. Well, I don't know, debatable. A lot, for me a lot. So I will just keep this video short, like the points of what I did, the word count, character development, world building, and the main thing I found out this week that kept me thinking and analyzing. So starting with book, I would like to start with character development. This week I managed to write in my favorite diary a few traits about my characters, about my main characters that make them human. I will show you how it looks like. So that's how it looks like 1 page for 1 character. And well, a few traits that makes them human. I also described their physical appearance only because it affects the plot. I usually don't, for example, in some characters I didn't write such things because, well, it doesn't matter really. But when the other, for example, like for Caspian and Rhodius, I wrote how they are built, who is solidly built and who is not, because it really affects the plot. At first place, I didn't want to even write it down because at first I thought that I'm not going to describe them. Well, because I didn't want it, I wanted the reader to fall in love with their soul and not with their appearance. But it's a fantasy, so with wars, sword fights, battles, I don't know how it's called. It just, everyone is differently built and it really impacts the plot, so that's the only reason why I wrote it. Other thing that I did was rituals for becoming or being a king in one of the kingdoms. Well, what kind of fantasy is without a kingdom? So I wrote it down only first page. That's the thing that I really did in one of the days. And I tried to make it tragic and complex, and so the king really carries the responsibility and not just the crown on his head. I also written down some of the pirate codes because, well, in my fantasy there are pirates and they play a huge part in the story as a rebellion and just raids and money, gold, and all of the pretty stuff. So that's also the thing, but I mean, I have nothing really to show you because, well, I only started. I still don't know how will What do I add? I only have like 3 things, like they never raid on 7th days, like the name of the ship and how it's chosen. So in pirates, in my world, when someone knows each other's name, like when another pirate knows other pirate's name, it's a sign of dominance. So everyone tries to come up with nicknames or titles so no one knows their real name, because it holds more power than blood of the actual person. Another thing that I'm actually very proud of, I created my own gambling deck. It's nothing like Caraval or Once Upon a Broken Heart. Nothing like this. It's not a tarot. You can't read future with it. It's just a gambling cards which drunk cards and other kind of wretches play with. I hope I said it right. So it's 54 cards with deep meaning. I mean, like I have kings. Well, they're not kings like the 7 sins, but something similar. Like I have greed, wrath, like anger, perfection, fear, sloth, and apathy. So it's not like the usual 7 deadly sins. I created my own. Then I have elements. I have dominas. The domina is on Latin like lady. Oh my god, what's wrong with my tongue today? I also have like legendary cards, something like Joker and +1. So card is like a mirror. Some can appear in the game and some won't appear in the game. So you can be playing cards and you don't know which cards are in the game and which are not. They're like you pick up and it looks like a mirror, then the card is, appears the card itself, like the sweets and so on. So that's one of the things I'm very proud of. So I have uncertain cards. It's like jokers. Joker is like the emperor, the unknown, and the 5th element. And then deadly kings, 4 elements, like the 4 elements like air, water, earth, and fire. And same elements but destructive. So moving on, I have dominas. Like I said, there are ladies, like there are kings, and there's ladies, not queens. Also dragons, like the creatures, dragons of myth. Actually, everything from this deck is considered a myth, like nothing is truly exists. Well, that's what they consider, that's what they believe in. Then I have tribes and races, like dwarves, like guardians of the forests, and so many more. And some I created my own, so if I just name them, you won't understand. Then I have objects, like objects but with magical and deadly power. Spirits, like ghosts and not ghosts, spirits. They're just spirits. And just creatures, like giants, phoenix, it's exhausting. Like familiars, pixies and their species, and so on. So I'm actually very excited about this deck. I think I created it and it was it's so. I actually felt like the cards are flowing out of, I don't know, I couldn't control the flow as I wrote every card. I wrote every 54th card with every meaning. Like none of the cards is random. Every card is counted and it has its meaning. And I'm very proud of it. I don't know, I have no words. And I tried to explain it to my family and friends. Well, they don't understand what's so great with it. They say I go into very little details, but I don't know, even if that won't go into the book, I'm glad I did it. So with the word count, it didn't change. Well, this week when I had time, I cut it out all the scenes, like from the drafts that I write below, which is supposed to wait for their time to be inserted in the actual book. And I cut it out a lot. I cut it like 4,000 words, and now it's again 38 words. Or was it 39,000 words last week? I don't know, it's again, I don't know, it's just, I am actually worried about the word count because one girl on YouTube, she said that her novels are mostly like 30,000 or 40,000 words. And I only wrote 11 chapters and I have almost 40,000 words. And I don't think that's good. If the thing is that I wanted to make chapters shorter and to squish it all up, but I can't. I tried, trust me, I tried, but it's just, I really did try to squish it up. I also have the prologue, so it's not only 11 chapters. Prologue is 9 pages long. My friend said it's just a little bit too long. Well, I can't, it happens like the prologue. It's like before, and the fourth chapter is like 16 years after. So I can't cut prologue in chapters. And yes, chapters are long because I write multiple point of view, so I have few main characters. And if I have something happening, it has to already happen from that character's point of view, and I just can't cut it in the middle. Neither can I shorten it because, well, otherwise it will just sound like a documentary, and it will be hard to read. For me, it's hard to read, to write with every sentence if it should be running. I can't do that. I don't know, it won't feel like a book. I don't think you will be absorbed in the book. For this one, I pick up another diary. And I have written down because there is actually a lot of things I didn't knew about. So last week, I think on Friday, I asked men, boys, what do most female authors ignore or overlook while writing male characters? And well, they're mad. Their feelings are hurt. So the first one, which a lot of boys have written, is that they feel that the male character dissolves in the female character and they are only there for physical relief. So what they're basically saying that there's literally no male character. He's just like there with all the morally gray atmosphere, I don't know how to call it. And they're all alike. That's my personal observation. And that they are all like broody and with such like they don't have emotions and so on. I mean, there are a lot of opinions. Not all of them are relevant. Some of them just stay as opinions. I also had them saying that boys and men don't read books, that they only read real authors, which is when I asked what that is, they didn't answer it. That's the thing, they feel that the main character really has no personality, that they are only there for the female character as an emotional or physical relief. Some just said it as it is, that they are only as adult toys for the female main character, which is truth in some point, because, well, reading romanticists like Fourth Wing or A Court of Thorns and Roses, you really start to believe those things. But the other thing that I noticed, if you read such books and there's such a male main character, then the female main character isn't much better. Of course, those topics are controversial now, especially answers are from Americans. One person, his opinion was structured, and well, we had a long conversation, because, well, he wrote that a lot of female authors feminize the male characters. Well, it summoned other kind of comments, and I just tried to explain that we are different. If you think that okay, so let me explain. Just because we are different doesn't mean that someone is less valuable or someone is just less. We are just different, and that difference makes us equal. So if the men have different kind of thinking, that's already proven by science. Female women have more emotional intelligence because, well, that's something that you must have, otherwise you will not survive as a woman. We actually came to the conclusion that if the person reaches some point of the mindfulness, they will still have different traits, they will still think and act differently, but yes, men won't be laughing and watching football 24/7. Did I say it right? Yeah. You know what I mean. And the women, well, they won't discuss how their night with their significant other went. So it's really very complex topic. So in one sentence, you will write the good male character or the female main character if you treat them as a real person. To use an example, Seiden, I don't know if I say his name right, Seiden Riorsen from the Fourth Wing. Thank God I don't have physical book. He has no personality. He is just, so the Yaros just put it together, everything that Book Talk liked about male characters. Shadows, I really don't know what they're doing. He just dramatically appears and disappears like a Britney Spears. So don't even get me started on this one. She made him she tried to make him sarcastic, but that's not sarcasm. That hurts. So he's flat. He really is there for nothing. I don't see why he's there in this book. I don't see why Violet is with him. It's built it on lust. And in order to write a good romance and a good love interest and just main character, you have to really dive into the character, into the psychology. You will start asking questions, and well, that's hard. You won't write the book in 16 days. I think that, I see kind of thumbnails on the YouTube. Write a book with me in 16 days or something, in months. I won't read that book, because how do you make a research and write the book in 16 days? I don't even want to get started on the marketing and getting the book published itself. I wanted to say something else too. Of course, like I said earlier, many men have written that they don't read books, that they only read books from real authors, we don't know who that is. And the one that really got me thinking is that one was stating that no woman can ever write a good male character. Well, actually, to be honest, I took that as a challenge. And of course, I answered him with questions. Why? And I mean, he was talking about that women want to see how he cares about the little details. Did he notice that she dyed her hair and so on? Well, he talks about he said that writers should put in such a scene where the man just goes for the minute of silence in the toilet or just to sit in the car, just to be silent is just to relax. Because they feel pressure from their partner every time they just think about every word, action, and so on. I won't put it in the book if I'm not planning to put in the first book at least, no romance. I just, not yet. I just wanted to write because I have from my 7 main characters, 5 of them are male. So it's not about romance, it's about that I just want to write an accurate main character, male. Oh my god, it sounds the same. Male character. I think I said all I wanted because really it could go on and I could discuss it for like whole day, really. I have no one to talk about it, so you could be the victim. But really, if you just aim to make an accurate, relatable character, you have to treat them like a person with flaws, hobbies, and really play with it. It's really, I outlined my characters by small, like for example, one of my main characters, he has potions, making potions give him a meditative effect. Other one has an annoying habit of running with his hands through his hair, like all of. He also make some perfectionist. Some could be clumsy, chaotic. There are so many possibilities. Yes, a lot of wrote that it's more type of man than just attractive seducer. You understand? And the nerd. Like, combine those things. It's really fun. I enjoyed it. It's really, you're like creating a new person. You almost feel like a god. The other thing that I forgot to tell, which was supposed to be before all the male things, I found the core message. I had this book, but I didn't know what I wanted to tell with it. I was thinking and nothing fit. Some of the options were what is freedom or what it means to live, but it didn't come together with the plot or with the characters, and just it sounded wrong and forced, and I don't know, it was disaster. I couldn't sleep at night, and that's just, I wish you don't have such things, but I think that still every author experiences it. So I found the core message. I'm on the seventh heaven, sky, I don't know how you call it in English. It's like I'm very happy, my spirits, I can now fully write knowing what I want to tell. That might sound crazy, but I can't find words. I won't tell you what it is. I hope you will read the book. And I don't really think I can put it into words right now. And my brain is still not braining because of the sickness. It's hard for me to speak right now. Well, because English is my native language once again. other thing I wanted to tell. So I also, another question that I had and the answer I wanted to hear, do men have a deep monologues when they exist? Just do they have them? Well, my main character has deep monologues, like, I mean, he thinks about the existence and so on, but when and one of the tables, like dinners, when we have with my family once a week, like parents drink wine, we drink grape juice, and I was just thinking, and then I said out loud, do you think that there's not such thing as stupidity? Like, the stupidity is just how we call the low level of intelligence. And he said he won't let me drink anymore, though I drink the grape juice. I don't drink wine. I'm still minor, but that made me question, do they really have these deep thoughts? Actually, they have. I mean, in comments, most people wrote that they have these deep thoughts, that there is depth, but just no one writes about it. I actually thought this video will take like 5 minutes, well, maybe 10, but I think that's now it'd be like maybe 15 minutes at least. Well, I speak slowly. I repeat myself. But yes, I think that's it. I think I said the most important things. I'm very proud of my deck of gambling cards once again, and well, it was chaotic. It wasn't structured as I planned because, well, I'm skipping to my book, to the question about male characters, and well, I hope you've watched this video till the end, and yes, I hope to see you next Friday.